Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and I'm doing a no-buy art supply for 2022. And some of the videos I wanted to do are in-depth videos where I talk a little bit more deeply about some of the things that I think are overlooked and just some of the things I kind of wanted to discuss because they're on my mind. So the first in-depth topic for this video that I want to talk about is scarcity mentality. Now, I am not a doctor, I am not a psychologist. I am an artist, I am a creator, I am an illustrator. How this applies to me specifically will be different than how it applies to you, but this is something I feel is important enough to warrant time spent. So let's talk about what this is. So scarcity mentality is sort of the belief, and a motorcyclist is going by, is sort of the belief that we're running out of something. And when people talk about scarcity mentality, it typically pertains to time or money. And it's sort of you spend one or the other. You don't have, it's not a both situation necessarily. And if you don't have the money, then you start to worry in your own mind that you can't afford all the things that you need to do in your life. Or scarcity mentality can apply to time. I don't have the time to do all the things that need to get done. As this pertains to me personally, as doing a no-buy art supply, I look at this a little bit differently. And I see this as limited edition products. I think companies doing limited edition things is only going to get more prevalent in the coming years. I don't see this slowing down. I think every company is going to start doing that specific sort of marketing. It creates this scarcity. There's only so many. You should purchase now. Hurry up. It creates that little sort of panic. And while I'm 100% guilty of discontinued products, that scarcity, I know there are other creators that when Tomoe River Paper said they weren't making their paper anymore, bought in batches and batches of product to put aside because of scarcity. Now, is that a little bit more justified? Is that a little bit more warranted? I don't know. We could say I bought too many. Like, look at the amount I have. Yeah, I've used a couple up, but I have 4 that I haven't used. So, in terms of art supplies, the scarcity mentality is legitimate. Now, the problem with scarcity mentality is the negative side effects it has on the brain. And I've been on WebMD and I've been looking at articles they've done tests at Harvard and things. And when people get into this mindset of they're running out, they don't have the money, the time, the supplies, the whatever, it actually lowers your IQ. Yeah, by 13 to 14 points. I've seen it in different articles as a different number. It actually limits your brain function and it makes impulse control harder. So if a company is touting a limited edition product that will be discontinued and they'll never have it ever again, your brain triggers, oh my God, there's hardly any of those, that's rare, and the impulse control physically gets harder. So they're doing very well in the marketing department. I know COVID has hit a bunch of businesses really hard in the wallet and in the bank. And I know that people are having a tough time trying to navigate different budgets because of the pandemic. But I really do believe that companies are going to come up with more and more limited edition products. And I do believe that they are going to try and create more sort of false senses of scarcity. Some small batch watercolor companies do limited releases for this very reason of, look, I only have 5 or 6 of these, so hurry up and buy, or you're going to have to wait till our next launch and I'm not sure when that's going to be. That creates a false sense of scarcity too. I don't want, for this no buy, I don't want to tank my impulse control. I want the most amount of impulse control. I want to be able to go, yeah, that's limited edition. Yeah, that's a really cool color. Yeah, that's a neat product. Yeah, they're never making that ever again. And I don't care. It's not for me. I've moved past that in my mind. I want to have that mental strength. So the trick is, what do we do with a scarcity mentality? And the trick is to retrain your brain to have abundance mentality. So I've been reading tips and tricks of how to do that. And one of the main ones is to focus on what you have. Yes, this product is discontinued. Yes, I have a ton of them. Look at what I have. Look at what I have. The other thing, so in looking at what I have, let's look at it. Let's look at it. This is my inventory. I highly, highly recommend that if limited edition, if limited runs, if discontinued products, if you're worried about having the right things for your no-buy because you don't have the time to create or buy sketchbooks, so you have to buy them, or you don't have the money to buy the number one item that you think is better quality and it'll take more time to create with lower quality products, do an inventory list of everything you own. I cannot tell you how helpful this is. Like, I cannot tell you in all the different ways. And now I'm telling you that an inventory list is good for your mental health because it helps you see the abundance of what you own. This helps combat scarcity mentality. The other thing is just to sort of shift your brain and think more positively. Now, I know some days that can be easier said than done, but it needs to be something that we kind of be cognizant of and work towards. Surround yourself with positive people, with other people that have the abundance mentality as well. Like, they see all the things they own and they are creating with everything they have. Just surround yourself with like-minded individuals. I think that's why this no-buy sort of community is so important. That we're all in this boat together and we can all cheer each other on and be positive and root for one another. The other thing is to practice gratitude. And this can be such like a small thing that you think, yeah, all right. Absolutely do it. Every single day. I am so grateful that I have all this. I am grateful I have a planner. I am grateful I was able to carve out 3 hours to do an inventory list. I am grateful that you are here giving me some of your time, and I thank you. I am grateful for the art supplies I own. It's daily gratitude, and it shifts the way your brain processes and thinks. The other thing is to recognize possibilities, and part of that is just to think creatively. How can I use these sketchbooks? These sketchbooks aren't the best when it comes to wet media, but what can I do? Can I dry brush acrylic paint on them anyway? Just keep thinking of all the possibilities, all the ways that the products you own can be used, and maybe your inventory list expands. So for everything you list, or every sketchbook you list all the different ways you can use that. So maybe each sketchbook gets its own page in your inventory planner, and you talk about all the different things. So you see, no, this isn't something I haven't boxed myself in. I have no reason to panic. I have tons of options and ideas and things I can do with the supplies. I don't need to buy more. I don't need to do that. And if your brain on this scarcity mentality is like, look, I don't have time to create. Yes, I have tons of art supplies and I would like to create more this year, but I just don't have the time. Then time management is something that needs to be a top priority in your life. And maybe have a little tiny piece of paper or a book or a notepad or the back of a coupon, something next to you, and chart every single minute of your day and see what you do with your time every single minute. And do that every single day for 3 days and look at what you can and can't cut out and figure out ways to manage the time better, to carve out time for creating, because that's what this no-buy is ultimately about. It's about creating and using the supplies we have, getting out of this mentality of we need more, we need to buy more, we don't have enough. Oh my gosh, what they have is so much more amazing than what I have. We need to shift the brain thinking here. I hope this helps. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.